Hey everyone, hello. So, across cultures, centuries, and belief systems, countless people report seeing something that defies easy explanation. Not a solid figure, not quite a ghost, but a shape. Humanoid, dark, fleeting, often glimpsed from the corner of the eye. They are called shadow people. Are they spirits, fragments of our own unconscious mind, interdimensional visitors, or something older, watching from beyond our perception? So today, we explore the spiritual, psychological, and cultural meanings behind shadow people and why they appear at the crossroads of fear, awakening, and mystery. Shadow people are commonly described as dark human-shaped silhouettes, often lacking facial features, detail, or depth. They are most frequently seen in peripheral vision, during altered states of consciousness, at night or in liminal spaces like doorways and hallways, also during sleep paralysis, meditation, grief, or emotional stress. Some reports describe them as static observers, silent witnesses. Others describe them as fast-moving, darting figures. And a few report overwhelming dread, as though the presence itself carries emotional weight. Across spiritual traditions, shadow people are rarely dismissed as meaningless. Instead, they are seen as a threshold phenomena, appearing when boundaries between worlds, minds, and dimensions feel thin. Carl Jung's interpretation from a psychological perspective is that shadow people may represent what Carl called the shadow. Jung described the shadow as the repressed, hidden, or denied aspects of the psyche, traits we push away because they feel unacceptable, frightening, or incompatible with our self-image. Spiritually interpreted, shadow people may appear when we are avoiding emotional truths. Trauma remains unintegrated. Part of ourself seek acknowledgement. In this view, the shadow person isn't an external threat, but an internal messenger. It may represent suppressed anger or fear, unexpressed creativity or desire, unhealed childhood wounds, the part of us that wants to be seen. The reason it appears as a shadow is symbolic. It exists, but we refuse to look at it directly. The veil between worlds. Many spiritual traditions interpret shadow people as spirits of the dead, land spirits, or entities residing in non-physical realms. Those sensitive to energy, often called empaths, mediums, or intuitives, report seeing shadow figures more frequently. These spirits are not always malicious. In some cases, they are lost or wandering energies, or residual imprints of human presence, or observers unable or unwilling to fully manifest. In some cultures, they believe shadow figures appear in places where emotional events occurred, like old houses, hospitals, battlefields, or ancestral land. In this interpretation, shadow people are not seeking harm, they are echoes. In Middle Eastern and Islamic traditions, shadow beings are often associated with jinn, interdimensional beings made of smokeless fire. Jinn are neither angels nor demons, but conscious entities with free will. They can be benevolent, natural, or malevolent. And according to lore, jinn exist alongside humans, but in a different dimension, and can appear as shadows, animals, or humanoid forms, and are often tied to abandoned places like homes, deserts, or even ruins. Some shadow people sightings describe tall, thin figures, red or glowing eyes, and animal-like legs or distorted movement. In this belief system, shadow figures may appear when spiritual boundaries are disrupted through trauma, intense emotional states, substance abuse, or even ritual activity. Visitors from elsewhere. A more modern interpretation suggests that shadow people are interdimensional entities, beings from realities existing at different vibrational frequencies. In this theory, they are not ghosts or demons, but observers, accidentally visible when human perception shifts. This may occur during meditation or spiritual awakening, sleep paralysis, psychedelic experiences, intense emotional or neurological states. Some witnesses described shadow figures with reptilian traits, elongated limbs, mechanical or unnatural movement. Rather than attacking, these beings often watch, suggesting curiosity rather than hostility. Shadow people frequently appear during periods of psychological vulnerability, including PTSD, grief, addiction or withdrawal, as well as sleep deprivation. Spiritually, some believe trauma can act as an open door, thinning the veil between inner and outer worlds. Psychologically, trauma fragments perception. Spiritually, it may make someone more perceptive to subtle realms. Neither explanation cancels the other. So, are shadow people dangerous? Well, this depends entirely on interpretation. Psychological view is they are symbols, not threats. Spiritual views, some may be neutral, others parasitic. The folklore view is intent varies by entity. What matters most is the emotional response. Fear feeds fear. Awareness dissolves it. Many traditions agree on one thing: shadow figures lose power when acknowledged without panic. If shadow people represent unintegrated parts of ourself, then the solution is not banishment, but integration. This includes emotional honesty, therapy, or shadow work, meditation, grounding practices, and spiritual boundaries and intention. The shadow does not disappear when ignored, it dissolves when it's understood. Perhaps shadow people exist at the crossroads of mind and mystery, where psychology, spirituality, and folklore overlap. Maybe they are not intruders, but reflections, reminding us that nothing unseen is meaningless and nothing hidden stays hidden forever. So that's it for today's video. Until next time, stay curious and remember, the shadow only follows when the light is behind you. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.